What's up, everybody? Can somebody go share this? Needed to be shared. I don't know where the comments will come up, so trying to figure out everything now. It's my first time going live from YouTube. I'm working fucking a million things at once right now. Sorry. Let's see, share. Just trying to get this together, get everything together. Trying to multitask. Somebody comment so I can try to figure out where the comments are going to come up at, please. Top chat. Live chat. All messages are visible. Here we go. Turn that on. All right, somebody comment for me. Please comment. I need to see where your questions are going to be coming up. Okay, I see them now. Hey, Christina. Hey, Carla. Do you have any questions for me, Carla? Okay, they're starting to come in now. Comments are starting to come in. I'm waiting on a few specific people that asked me to go live. And I don't know how to figure out who's on here exactly. Comment so I know you're on here. If you're on here, say something. I see Christina and I see Carla. I seen there was like 6 or 7 people watching. We're basically going to be talking about the rod that I use. What's up, Noah? Let's see. So put some music on for y'all. Thank you for sharing that, Kay. I appreciate it. I see your lovely daughters watching. Hi, Mary. This is my first time doing it. I have no idea how it's going to work out. So if y'all, is it coming in clear? Sorry, I'm getting all quiet. I'm just trying to get used to this. Have y'all seen the latest video? Topwater bass. This is what we used out there. It's a frog. I forgot who makes it. It's pretty cool. Just jerk bait through the water, jerk it to the top. Now, we'll go ahead and just get started. I see enough people on here. What I like to do when I use this frog lure is I'll run a piece of fluorocarbon. This is 20-pound fluorocarbon. It's like maybe a foot or so long. Just keeps the visibility down for the bass so they can they won't see it as much. You get more strikes that way. And I use fluorocarbon instead of mono because fluorocarbon doesn't have the stretch like mono does. So when you set the hook, you're more likely to get a good hook set on this frog. We got that ran to an Albright knot, and this is 15-pound braid, slick 8 that I like to use. The reason why I use slick 8 is a lot less wind knots. If you do get a wind knot, it's a lot easier to get it out. The rod selection that we have today is a inshore select made by Ugly Stick. It's a very reliable rod. I know people are like it's cheap and whatever, but I don't care. It works. It works great. It's got enough stiffness so when you set the hook on that frog, you get a really good hook set. I need a lesson on YouTube. Yes, you and me both, Mary. Yes, Mary, I'm very proud of you because you're actually on here and you're very computer illiterate sometimes. Sorry. This is the medium heavy 10 to 25 pound line with 18 to 3/4 ounce lure. Very good rod, cork handle. The reel that I like to use is actually an Abu Garcia Silver Max, which is you can pick one of these up at Walmart for fairly cheap. I think they're under $50, and it's very reliable. I've had this for probably the better part of 2 years, and all I've had to do is rinse it off. You rinse it off when you're done fishing saltwater, even when you're done fishing freshwater, and I mean, still got plenty of drag on it. You can lock that thing down tight and get a good hook set. I'm going to repeat what I said about the rod one more time because my buddy Kevin, the one who actually asked us to go live today, well, he didn't ask me to go live. He asked me to do a tutorial on the gear that I use, so this is for him. Like I said, it's an Ugly Stick Inshore Select. He just actually picked one up. It's the same exact rod, 7'6", medium heavy action. It's the same rod that you got, Kevin. You can get them in bait casters too. I believe they sell them in bait casters, which is ideal for flipping and running swim jigs and stuff like that. So if anybody has any questions, send in the questions. I'll get them a few minutes late, so sorry. If I've already gone over it, I'm not going to say it again. I think that you heard what I just said, Kevin, so you were on here. Yes, it's the 7'6" medium heavy Inshore Select. Nice cork handle, good grip. I forgot who makes this lure, but I'm running 15-pound test to 20-pound fluorocarbon. Do not use mono. Mono has too much stretch when you're throwing a frog, or for any lure for that matter. I always use fluorocarbon. It's more clear in the water anyway. So, what's up, Bobby? I see Bobby just got on. Yeah, I use it saltwater, freshwater, everything. We've caught big tilapia on it. We've caught big stripers on it. I don't know if you guys seen the big picture of me holding the striper. He was 30-something inches. I think it was 35 inches. So it'll hold a big striper. I've actually hooked up to big jacks on that thing and got them right to the pier. So, I mean, there's enough backbone in that rod. It'll hold out. It definitely will hold out. So you won't have any problems with it. And the best thing about these rods is the guides on them. They're I want to say these are alkanite guides. They're not ceramic guides. These guides will not pop out. They will not chip. You can run braid through them for days, and it will not abrade. You won't get no abrasive cuts inside of your guides, so you don't have to worry about, like with ceramic guides, if you use braid, what happens over time is the guides will actually, the braid will cut a hole or a line in the guide, and every time you go to cast, it'll just snap it right off. Or every time you go to hook up, it'll snap it right off. So, fuck you, Bobby. My dome ain't big, my body's just small. No, I do have a big dome. Actually, I want to hear a story about that. I got stuck at birth because my dome. Hi, Bam. Anyway, y'all got to have some questions for me. I don't, what do y'all want to know? I look like Miyagi. Oh, boy. I'll show y'all some of the stuff that I like to use. Some of my favorite lures for freshwater. We'll go over freshwater first. If anybody has any questions about saltwater, just drop the battery to the laptop. All right, we'll start off with some soft plastics and let's see, Zoom soft plastic. They make a good soft plastic. This is a 6-inch lizard, black with blue tail. This is good for our when bed season, which in Virginia right now, bed season's getting ready to start up. So get out there, Kevin. Get ready because they're getting ready to bed down. And I guarantee if you throw one of these bad boys on the bed, they're gonna take it because lizards eat bass eggs. So I like to use that, and the combination with these are, I believe, 1/8 ounce drop shot, not drop shot, excuse me, like a bullet weight. If y'all want, I'll show you how to rig that up in just a second. But y'all gotta tell me that's what y'all want. You asked me a question. What is your question? How do I scroll up? Hold on, I'm looking for your question, Christine. Oh, it's holding certain people's comments. Try not to cuss on here. I need to not cuss on here also, because if you cuss, what happens is it'll block your comment. You had a pink ugly stick from Walmart. Are they decent? It depends. The Inshore Select is actually one of the newer rods that came out, and ugly stick is they do make good rods. I'd have to see what ugly stick you're talking about. If you can get me like the actual specs on it, I can tell you how good it is. I'm out of bait hooks, so here we go. Here's one. This is a worm hook, Eagle Claw, laser sharp. This one's a little bit rusty, but and I'll show you how to rig your plastics up right now. Let's see. Scroll back down to the questions. You probably got to copy the link, Bobby, and share it if you're trying to share it. I know I got to do it on here though, Bobby. I can't do it on Facebook because not everybody's going to see it. I'll actually have more people on Facebook see it, but I'm trying to get more people from Facebook to come over to the YouTube side because Facebook don't pay you. You're not going to make no money off of Facebook. I'm not making no money off of YouTube right now, but that's why I need you guys to come over here, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button, comment as much as you guys can comment. It helps out a lot. The more you guys comment, the more notification people hit that notification, the higher up on the search engine my name will be. If you type in Virginia, my name will pop up soon or quick. If you put in right now, you got to type in almost my full name in order for it to pop up. So yes, this is a fish hook, and I'm gonna show you how to rig it. Okay, you take the head of your lizard here. Sorry, I got a little indigestion. I just got done eating. And you want to go in probably just enough to hide the head up over here. Slide that right through just like that and make it come out the bottom. Roll that thing all the way to the top. Just like that. So the eyes, I don't know if you can see, the eyes are on the top side. And then you just want to poke that. You'll see where you poke it, just right through there. Slide it right on up. Just enough to where you can feel it. You don't want it to poke it through, just enough to where you can feel it. That's actually a little bit off. Hold on. About like that. You throw this on a bass bed, they're going to eat it. They will annihilate this thing. Yes, Melanie, you are actually commenting. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate your subscription. We actually just hit 200 subscribers a day. A fellow Virginian, I think his email is Asian Persuasion 757-1986. That's pretty crazy because that's the same year I was born and the same area code I'm from. So, but no, that's pretty cool. I can't wait to come back to Virginia. Hopefully I'll get to fish with that guy. If you want to fish with me, let me know. We'll link up and we'll go hit some bass up, or you can join me out there for cobia season this year or something. I got plenty of extra gear, so if you need something, I can hook you up. My favorite saltwater fish, Carla, is the cobia, the one that you thought was a shark, that big brown fish that I'm holding up like this, that big old thing. That's my favorite fish. That's exactly the main reason why I'm going back to Virginia is so I can be there for cobia season. Cobia season in Virginia starts June 1st, and I think it ends September, October. Kevin, When's cobia season end this year? Can you comment that up there so everybody knows when cobia season ends? I want to say it's the end of August or September or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta check the regulation before I get back there. Yes, Mary, please, everybody go invite your friends. We need to see more friends. Okay, we covered the lizard. I'll tie that on in just a second. I just want to show you a couple other things. You can do the same thing with the worm. This is a 7.5-inch culprit worm, and the colors are morning dawn. You get a lot of bites on these worms. If any of these brands that I'm throwing up wants to subscribe and actually sponsor somebody, you know, I could use a sponsor. I need to sponsor that. This is what the worm looks like, not rigged up. Try to get you guys a little close up. So it's not gonna shake. It's actually like a pink and purple colored worm. This is great for bed season. It doesn't really matter. You throw one of these things, you'll get a good bite. As long as you can see where the fish are. Even if you don't see where the fish are, just pitch it up under a log, pitch it up under a tree. They're good because they're weedless. You can throw this thing in the grass. You can throw it up under a tree. And as long as the hook is not exposed, it's going to slide right out of that stuff. I recommend if you do get a bite on these, what you're going to do is you'll see the line just bouncing. Set the piss out of the hook. Ooh. Set the piss out of the hook. Really get on it. Make sure that hook gets exposed and goes right in their jaw. Yes, that was probably 2017 and 2018 was the best 2 years of cobia season I ever had. It was very slow up until I started catching fish, and then I'm not gonna lie, there is certain techniques, ways you can cut your bait. There's places that you can put your bait, but the biggest thing that's gonna help people catch cobia is when you're using a live bait, you check it every 15 to 20 minutes. A lot of people, they'll go out on the pier. I'm not going to say no names, but there's a lot of people out there that will go out there. Somebody knows what I'm talking about because they're probably going to start laughing in the comments. But anyway, they don't check their bait. They will, they'll sit out there for hours with one bait in the water, never check it. The bait, by the time they reel it up, it'll be covered in grass. It'll be dead. The tide done switched in a different direction. So check your baits. That is a big thing, a very, very big thing. You said September 31st. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. So September 31st is the last day of cobia season. Actually, what's crazy is last year was my best year of cobia season, but I had to stop fishing in June, which was the first month of cobia season. I moved down to Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, in June of last year, and I probably decked over 20 cobia before I left. Out of those 20 cobia, I would say 5 of them were keepers. So that's a pretty good year. And a keeper cobia is 40 inches. I believe it's still the same. Kevin, if you can comment that down below for me and let everybody know what the size limit is. I think it's still 40 inches. It's for keeper cobia. So yeah, and then you got some guys that'll come out there just to drink. I drink when I'm out there, but I don't, I'm out there to fish. Kevin will tell you, he fishes alongside me. That's one of my best friends in Virginia, and he did pretty good last year himself. I don't know if he got his keeper last year, but he did very, very good. He caught quite a few. He was on top of his game. Kevin's laughing too because he knows who I'm talking about. It's a lot of people actually. There's quite a few people, but there's a certain few people that they just don't know what they're doing. They think they know what they're doing. They're out there. Check your baits, people. Check your baits. It's the number one thing. Do y'all want to see me tie this rig on? I'll teach y'all a knot real quick. Let me go get a pair of clippers. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Well, Melanie, you need to go put your phone on the charger. It's dying. Baby, for my birthday. When's your birthday? Christina, sorry, I didn't know that already. You got lost and couldn't find me. Well, it's easy. It's easy, Mary. If you hit that notification bell, you'll know right when I go live. Miss Mary. All right, we're going to show you guys how to tie a hook, I guess. Tie a rig. I know there's a certain couple people on here that don't even know how to do that. And I'm using dog toenail clippers. They work great. Really good. 6 shorts, that was it? I thought you had like 10 fish. I know you were doing your thing before I left. I think you caught all those while I was there. Most of them. Does my record, well, I know my record got beat the same day I caught my fish, but I think little man Ellis Shiflett's son has the record with a 54 inch, and mine was 53 inches. Okay, first thing you want to do when you're working a worm, I would go with a little bit longer fluorocarbon than this, but still use fluorocarbon. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to slide on your bullet weight. Slide that on so it'll free spin, a free line, whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever the heck you want to call it. And I'm going to show y'all how to tie a Palomar knot. And the personal jab. We're not going to, we could go into that, but we're not going to say too much. Alright, this is how you tie a Palomar knot. You see the eye of the, want to go in. One side, loop it back and go through it again, through that same eye. But you want to keep that loop. So now you got a loop here. Both ends of the line are through. As you can see, they're through the hook. Tie a granny knot. I know everybody knows how to tie their shoe, so it's just a simple knot. Just like this. Pull that down tight, but don't cinch it down all the way. Just enough to, so you can take this loop. And I might have made this too short. Once you make that loop, you're going to pull this whole rig up through it. If I can get it through there, yeah. Once you get that through there, you're going to take your side that's going towards your rod and the tag. And then, actually no, it's just the side of the rod, sorry. Pull that down tight. And then you grab your other tag end here. This is the tag end, the side, the loose end. I do it with my mouth. Shut up. Yeah, I know, it's nasty. And pull that down tight and cinch everything down. And that is your rig to use either a worm or a lizard or any soft plastic. And then just cut your tag end off. This isn't cinched down all the way, but I'm going to cut it off anyway in just a second to show you another one. Very simple, very easy to use. You throw it out and let's say you let it hit the bottom and then just slowly bounce it, just a little bit. You don't got to go too crazy with it. The bass are going to see this tail just going nuts. That's why it's shaped like that. So you get a lot of action out of that. What is the best gear for winter? Let's see, Noah. The best gear for winter, it depends on what you're trying to fish for. Most of the time in the winter when I'm up in Virginia, I fish for catfish. So we use, it's just like cobia fishing, just in the wintertime. You use 6 to 8 ounce weights, depending on the river, the current in the river, or where you're fishing. If there's not a whole lot of current, you don't got to use as heavy of a weight. The reason why we use 8 ounce weights in the ocean when cobia fishing is you got the tides changing, constantly changing, and when it picks up across the pier, it will pick up and move 10 ounce weights sometimes 12 ounce weights. It all depends on the moon phase. There's a lot of different factors in that. So, but we like to use circle hooks for catfish because they kind of set themselves. 6/0 circle hook, 5/0 circle hook. Something around that size. I don't have any offhand. I have to go get them. Actually, yeah, I do. Hold on. I don't have circle hooks, but I can show you the size hook I like to use. I like J hooks because with the J hook you can set it. Yeah, I've caught some pretty big blue cats. I got a citation probably right at 32 pounds, I think was the citation. This is a 10 ounce pyramid weight. It's pretty damn big, but you got to use these sometimes if the current's very strong. Let's see what we got in here. A bag of tricks. This is pretty fun. I haven't done this and I like it. I actually like it. Thought somebody was talking about beat you by an inch. Yeah, he did. He got me by an inch. And your bell is on. I appreciate that, Mary. Thank you. If everybody could go right now, just go hit the bell. Go hit that bell. So anytime I go live, you don't have to look for it on Facebook. You'll get the notification. I don't necessarily recommend Gamakatsu hooks, but that's what I have right here. I'll show you one of those. This is a 7-aught Gamakatsu J hook or octopus hook, which is just like a J hook. The only difference is it's slightly offset. You can see it's slightly offset from the shank. This is the shank, and this is your offset here. That's good. They're good. But I've had some horror stories where I've seen them. Big fish don't break. What's up, Thug Neck? How's it going, man? I appreciate you recently subscribing. You got any questions for me? Just ask. That's what we're doing, a little Q&A. Shout out to the 200 subscriber. We're going over a little bit of freshwater. I've got a few questions about saltwater now, so I'm trying to answer everything. You thought who was talking about clothes, Mary? What are you talking about? Did I miss something? Yes, I appreciate the support, really do, man. And if you have your page, I'm pretty sure I've already subscribed to your page. If not, send me the link, and I'll definitely subscribe. You can actually go ahead and post the link in the comments, and I'm pretty sure the majority of the people here are going to help you out. So it's a good place, a good time for you to go ahead and promote yourself, and I got no problem with you doing it. So some people will kick you off if you try to promote your own shit on their own stuff on their page, and I don't do that. I don't mind it. I try to support those that support me. So I don't know. I can't find your other comment, Mary. Oh yeah, New Edge Kennels. Oh yeah, I know who that is. That's Juan. What's up, bro? I didn't know who that was at first. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, some other hooks that we use. That was the Gamakatsu 7. This is a 6-aught. These are my ultimate favorite. If I can get one out of the package. 6-aught owner hooks. I use these for cobia. They're great for catfish. They'll catch anything from small catfish to big catfish. Number 6-aught. And for some reason, the owners, they last so much longer. As long as you rinse them off, they're great hooks. They're very sharp. Never had a problem losing a fish with these. I've always had to get it out the back of their throat because they go down pretty damn good. And if you are fishing for drum, these are the top-notch hooks. VMC J hooks. Or I guess it's the octopus too because it's offset. I don't know. There's not much of it. The regular J hook doesn't have an offset, but the offset helps. Some people don't like the offset. I can actually show y'all how to tie a snail knot real quick on how to tie these hooks, rig these hooks up. Some people don't know how to do this, so. All right, Kevin, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you got to at least see the gear that I use, and I know I answered all your questions from earlier, so I'm going to tie it straight to this one, even though that's on there. Teach you guys how to do a snail knot. Remember, this is the shank of the hook. That's your offset. That's actually the shank of the hook also, I guess you'd call this is an offset shank. Straight through the eye. Just like so. You're going to loop that around. You don't tie it, you loop it. Then you take this loop from the leading loop towards the hook here. And you're going to wrap that around. I don't know if y'all can see that very well. You'll wrap that around your tag line once and then start looping it back. I didn't leave enough. Hold on. Okay, so let's start over. Let's go through. You're going to wrap it around once and then start wrapping it back behind. So you'll see that there's a loop here. You're going to want your wraps to go back and cover that line. Oh, here we go. Just like so. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I like to go 6. You don't got to go any more than that. And you'll see that it's almost like I hate to say the word, but it's like a noose. It goes back over top of that. Then you want to just hold on to that coil that you just made and pull that tag in straight out. And what that does is it creates a nice, beautiful snail. And I like this snail because you don't have a line on the outside of your loops here. If you snap that outside line one time, this is more abrasion resistant, and this is going to be the part that's inside of the mouth of the fish. So give that a good tug, and it'll cinch right on down. And that's a snail knot. So we covered that. Is there any more questions at all? I mean, I'm covering a few things that you guys ain't even asking. So I've never done that, Christina. I've never used hot dogs, bologna, or lunch meat. It does work because of the oils that are inside of those meats. It attracts catfish and stuff like that. It's not something I do, though, but it will work. Pepperoni works really good, actually. I've heard of people catching red drum on pepperoni. So a stingray, yes, I've caught many a stingray. I've caught, that's a big nuisance fish when we're out there fishing for cobia, because the cobia actually like to hang out under stingrays. So they'll fight over the baits in the water. If you use a cut bait instead of a live bait, a lot of times you'll catch stingrays out there because of the blood, and it's not moving around as much. It's easier for the stingray to pick that up and take off with it. I've caught a lot of cownose rays. I've caught ocean rays. I've caught southern rays. I've caught skates, which is like a stingray, but it's not quite a stingray. It doesn't have a barb. Me and Christina are actually having a conversation about that the other night. The difference in it. You got clear nose rays. Clear nose rays. Or clear nose skate. I'm sorry. And there's a couple other different skates out there. Yeah, man, if you got any questions about knots, man, you can always PM me on my Facebook page and on my personal Facebook page. I don't really get to the Virginia grown fishing one as much as I should. I don't get the notifications like I do. I probably can fix that. I need to take a look at that. The main fish that I want to catch that I have not caught is probably a rooster fish. I'll see if I can pull one up and show you guys. Google's a wonderful thing, I tell you what. I don't know if y'all can be able to see it on camera though. There's one. Let's see. That is a rooster fish. I don't know if y'all can see it very well. They are, Costa Rica is a good place to catch them. Down in the Gulf, you can catch them in the Gulf. So, nah, don't use hot dogs, man. People do use them, but it's not. That's like catfish, man. That's step your game up. Use a live bait. One of the big things that people use in Virginia is these right here. I mean, you go on any pier, and if they don't know what they're doing, they use these. I use these to catch my bait. This is bait catcher stuff right here. Fish bites. But everything will eat these. People have caught cobia off of these, little baby cobias and stuff like that. So I'm not going to knock it. I mean, it'll work. It puts out a scent, and that's all they're looking for. The color on this one's pink, and it's supposed to be shrimp. I mean, but the color really doesn't make a huge difference, but it can. I mean, I've had days where they'll only eat the green shrimp, or Spot will only eat the green shrimp. I've caught spadefish off the clam bites, so it's a great bait to use. The only problem with it is that they're expensive, but they're worth it. I'll whip one out real quick and show you guys how they're designed. It's pretty cool. It's a basic, like a piece of strip. You cut it up in little small sections, but the good part about it is it has a mesh screen inside of it. That mesh screen will allow it to stay on the hook a lot longer than, let's say, a shrimp or anything like that, or a piece of clam. They'll get that clam right off. This will last longer. You're more likely to get a better hookup with using this stuff. It's a little bit expensive, but like I said, it lasts a while and it's worth it. It's worth every penny. There's $5 to $7 depending on where you get them from. What's up, Kyle? Damn, son, everybody in Virginia fishes with hot dogs? No, I already read that. Fuck hot dogs. Don't use hot dogs. Step your game up. Step your shit up. What else I got in here? My bag of goodies. These are good for snook and trout. Bass assassin. Or these are saltwater assassin, sea shad. They're I can't say that name. I don't know what the fuck is that. Cow Posey Brew or something. They work pretty good. Caught a few snook on these. Yeah. It's different fishing. I mean, when you're fishing in a lake, that might be the go-to bait. When I fish in a lake, I use hard bait. So, but yeah, these are good. Paddle flukes, I guess they would be. They work good for, especially in that chartreuse color, for speckled trout, redfish, snook, any one of those. Trout fishing. I haven't done a whole lot of trout fishing. I want to get into fly fishing soon. I've had a lot of requests for videos on fly fishing, but I'm not good at it. I don't know how to do it. I've done it a few times. I've caught bluegill and stuff like that, but it's very tedious. You got to have a whole different line and setup of gear for trout. You can use spinning tackle for trout, throwing rooster tails and stuff like that, but I haven't tried it yet. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying to read the comments. So, let's see. Let's go over something else. Let's go over hard baits. Oh, before we go over hard baits, let's finish talking about the soft plastics. This is a swim jig. Not the plastic that's on it, but these are swim jigs. They call it swim jig because of the shape of the head. Then you also have this. I think this is a kind of shaky head. I don't have any. This is a. You can use these to catch trout. These will catch trout. Okay, they're also good for panfish, bluegill, crappie. Any panfish. Bass will even eat this, so you'd be in a world of trouble though if a nice bass hits that. Let's get back on this. The reason why I like these though is these are made by Strike King. This is one of like the KVD specials, and even though the box is busted out of this one, it normally carries a rattle back here, which is great because you can bounce this off the bottom. And I like to use black and blue crawl. The black and blue crawl with the black and blue swim jig is fire. I mean, fucking fire. It works really good. I've caught so many big bass on this thing. Yeah, Christina, she says, I watched the video of your Kobe catch and I noticed it was hard for people to move everything out of the way when you were reeling it in. Is there specific pier etiquette that people should follow? Yes. Okay. Let's talk about pier etiquette. That is a big thing. I'm glad you brought that up. I really appreciate that. Pier etiquette. If somebody hooks up to a fish, no matter if it's a stingray or if it's a baby cobia, I mean, if you see they're having trouble with the fish, help them out. Move your stuff out of the way. Especially if you hook up to a big cobia. I mean, you don't want your stuff to get tangled up, so get your stuff out of the water and it won't get tangled up. Simple as that. As soon as the fish is landed or gets into a certain range, you can cast your stuff back out again. I mean, you can notice from the video, as soon as that cobia hit the deck, people are launching their rods right back out there. And that's cool. That's fine. That's what you should do. The biggest thing is you can even leave your rod in the water when somebody's fighting a fish, but you need to have both hands on that rod. One of the biggest problems that people have on the piers that I fish is they have multiple rods. They want to have 2 and 3 and 4 different rods out there when actually the rule is only 3 rods at one time. And you should not have all 3 rods in the water if you cannot man all 3 rods. If one of your rods, and you get a hookup on that rod, what are you going to do with the other 2 that are sitting in the water? Now they're in your way. Me personally, I only like to fish 2 rods maximum. And the only time I really do that is, and as soon as I hook up on one rod, I yell over to somebody who's not busy to go reel up that other rod to get it out of the water so it gets out of my way. I don't like that. There's a lot of people will. Message retracted. I don't know what the hell he said. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, there's been so many fish lost because people aren't reeling their stuff up, man. They're not getting out of your way, and it's a horrible thing when people do that. I've seen 100-pound plus cobias lost because people won't get their stuff out of the way, and that's a damn shame. I mean, those are record-breaking fish right there. And it's just because people are ignorant. They feel like they have the right to keep their stuff in the water so they can catch a cobia. And it's like, yeah, cool. Well, reel your stuff up because you will want the people to do the same thing for you when you catch a big cobia. Thank you so much, Ashley Sims, for the congratulations on the 200 subscriber. We're actually, I think, at 202 now. It's funny because I made a post at 199 subscribers for the free t-shirt giveaway to the 200 subscriber. And a lot of people were going in and retracting their subscription. They were taking their subscriptions off just so they could try to get a chance to win a free t-shirt. And I mean, I find it funny. As long as you come back and resubscribe, that's fine. But by the time y'all did all that, we already had the 200 subscribers before I even made that post probably. I mean, we literally were on fire today with the subscriptions. I think we got over, when I woke up this morning, we were at 186 or 188 subscribers. And, man, y'all are doing really good. I really appreciate y'all sharing my stuff, man. If you know, go through my videos, find a video that you think is your favorite video and share it on your timeline. I know a lot of you guys will share my stuff in the Wolf Pit, and I really do appreciate that. But there's a limited number just in the Wolf Pit. We haven't got our numbers up to where they really need to be yet. We are steadily growing over in the Wolf Pit, over 100 members a day, at least almost. So we'll be at 7K members in the Wolf Pit in no time. If you haven't joined the Wolf Pit, I would appreciate it if you guys went over and checked that out. That's the Wolf Pit is a Facebook page. We talk about everything from dogs, fishing, everything. I mean, it doesn't have no specific subject. It's a good place to promote yourself, a good place to get your stuff seen. So go over and check out the Wolf Pit. It's a great group. A lot of stuff going on over there. Just whatever you do, when you do go there, don't bring your feelings because they are not welcome. Hi, Melissa. How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in, checking it out. If you probably missed quite a few stuff, I'm actually going to get ready to sign off here, and probably we're going on 45 minutes now. We'll try to make this at least an hour. But you missed a lot. I don't really want to go over it, but you can always go back and watch the lives later on, which is a wonderful thing. So we went over soft plastics. We went over one of my main rods that I use for fishing down here and up in Virginia. You know, I don't have any faith in these things. If you've caught fish on a chatterbait, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I cannot catch a damn. I've gotten one fish on a chatterbait. So if y'all have any tips for me on chatterbait, somebody go live and tell me about that. Yes, one live bait is plenty, Kyle. You are exactly right. And you know me. You know how I fish, Kyle. I only use one, at most 2 rods, and that's when the pier is empty. I will use 2 rods. If there is more than, let's say, 8 people on the pier, I'm going to limit myself to 1 rod, and I will fish the same exact spot all day. Because when you move around, you jump around, and you see, oh, a cobia was caught over there, and everybody will flood into that corner. Guess what? The next cobia is going to get caught over there, guaranteed, guaranteed. So, and y'all know my spot. I got assigned seats on that fucking pier. Y'all know where I fish, so stay off my fucking numbers. I'm coming in June. Stay off my numbers. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all know I don't care about that stuff. So, sorry for the cussing. I don't mean to be cussing a whole lot. I know there's a few kids watching and stuff like that, but it's kind of a bad habit. I'll do better in the future. This is my first live, so y'all are getting me raw, how I really am. So that's great that you've caught a bass. How big is your bass, Carla? Have you caught pretty big bass before? What kind of baits do you like to use when you catch bass? Don't be getting naughty on here, girl. I see that comment. these are good for panfish. And I guess I got these off of Wish. I'm actually going to be doing a Wish Fish challenge very soon, where I ordered a couple baits off of Wish, and we're going to run through them and see. Okay, cool. I try not to, and YouTube tries not to let me cuss. The more, if I cuss too much, they'll shut this thing down. So, 25 pounder, that's a big bass. Christina. God, sorry. Hard baits, that's what we're going to talk about. Hard baits. Christina likes to use hard baits. Alright. This is a topwater hard bait. Number one go-to topwater bait for me in Virginia. It's proven well down here in Florida. Very cheap, very inexpensive. You can pick these up at Walmart for like $2.50. But the same model and the brand called I think Spook makes them, Hendon or something like that. This same lure right here will cost you $8 to $10 depending on the brand. The brand that I like is made by Bomber. You can pick it up at Walmart for, like I said, $2.50, $3. If you go to a normal bait and tackle shop, they're going to charge you $5 to $7 for this, but you don't need to pay that much. This is very good bait. It runs across the water in this fashion, and it creates this noise. And it absolutely drives the bass nuts. I've seen fish come completely out of the water for these things. It's very fun to fish with these. Topwater baits are the best. I love to fish with these things. So cool. So I guess I'm doing okay on the cussing then. Trying to keep it down as much as possible. I mean, if you watched my last video, I had to turn the music up in the beginning because I'm cussing like a freaking sailor in that thing. Sorry, I'm getting messages on my phone too, so. That's cool. She probably uses a bobber a lot. Maybe, I don't know. Like a bobber and a worm. You can use that like almost like that same hook that I use for soft plastics with a live worm, and then you just run 2 or 3 feet of leader depending on your water depth. Put the bobber on there, and the bobber will help you cast it out far, and then you just watch that bad boy drop. So that'll cover that question. Yeah, right. See, that's my thing, Mary. If you're gonna come fishing with me, you're gonna be tying your own stuff. I tell everybody that. Let's see, hard baits. This is the go-to swim bait, like a crankbait. Excuse me. I need to take this old leader off, and I would show you how to tie this lure on. There's a specific way you want to tie this lure on. I'm actually running out of fluorocarbon and I don't want to waste it. So when I go to tie this on in my next video, I'll make sure I explain how to tie this bait. The reason why is if you don't tie it right, there's not like a split ring on the front. You can put a split ring on there and you can just tie a regular Palomar knot or a fisherman's knot on there and it'll work. I actually got to get a new one. I cracked this one last time. As you can see, the bill's loose. It'll still work, but no, it won't. I just broke it. So I got to get a new one of these. If y'all want to send me one of these, it's made by Rapala. Anybody ever wants to send me any lures that you are interested in seeing me catch a fish with that you've never caught a fish with, let me know. Hit me on the inbox. I'll send you guys my address, my PO box or whatnot, and you guys can send me some fan mail. I have some fan mail on the way. I have a box of lures on the way from Sam. She said she's going to send me a box of lures. Sam Spirali. She actually designed one of the t-shirts for us too, so that's pretty cool. She's one of my #1 subscribers, aside from a few of my other #1 subscribers. You're all my #1 subscribers, so have her check this out. She can string her online. This session, she'll love this. Cool, that's awesome, Ashley. That's awesome. What is the best starter setup for someone that wants to start fishing? I recommend a spinning reel and not a spin caster. A spin caster is like a spinning reel, but it's that little push button thing. The drag on that thing is going to burn out. Don't use that. I mean, it'll work, but the spinning reel, just a spinning reel. If you need me to make a tutorial on how to cast one of these things, I can easily make one of those, but I'm not going to do it here on live. I'm going to save some of that content for later. I keep hitting the light up there. Another good topwater bait, let's see, it's a cheap, inexpensive topwater popper. You just twitch it, water splashes everywhere, you get good bites on that thing. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. I love topwater bait, and right now it's like prime time for topwater because it's not too hot out there, so the bass are pretty active right now. They're in between spawning right now, so you got a lot of them that have already spawned out. And the good thing about topwater bait is if they are spawned out, they'll when you run that thing through a ball of fry, they'll annihilate it. They'll come after it thinking it's another fish trying to eat their babies, and they'll tear that thing up. Same thing with these topwater baits, or topwater frog, or a lizard for that matter. They will tear it up when fish are in that spawn stage. Man, they can be very aggressive sometimes. That's why I love it. And plus, you can see them there. Sometimes they're very finicky though. Sometimes they won't eat anything. Rapala anything pretty much catches fish, and the color of it really doesn't matter. Sometimes it does with the water clarity, but let me tell you a secret about lures. They make all these fancy colored lures and stuff like that, and I tell you, they're to catch the fisherman's eye. They're not to catch fish. It's to make you want to go out and buy it, make you want to go out and try it. If you find a certain color lure that works for you, don't stray away from it. Stay consistent with it, just like every person should be. Be consistent. So I've used live bait and weights. Yeah, I don't have any split shots, I don't think, and I know exactly what rig you're talking about. Keep doing your thing, Carla. That's a good setup. That is a very good setup for a beginner fisherman or even the avid fisherman. But once you get into lures, you're gonna love fishing a lot more. Try to do it. Whenever I get my chance to take you fishing, because I do owe you a fishing trip, either when you guys come down here or if I come through. I believe you guys are located in South Carolina. When I come through there, hopefully I might be able to get to stop and spend a day with you guys fishing. That'd be awesome. I know I promised you guys I would fish with you guys, so I'll definitely try to come up that way as soon as I can. Right now the money's kind of tight, so we're only doing so much. We're trying to, all our videos are local, but once the money starts coming in, I can go out and I can travel. I can come see you guys. I can fish with you guys. We can do subscriber fishing tournaments and stuff like that, which, you know, you'll win cash prizes off of that once everything, the page really gets going. And it's going to be a lot of fun when we can do that, because it won't just be me and you fishing. It'll be you, me, other subscribers. Yes, we are going to Alaska soon, hopefully. And I will be doing some halibut fishing and salmon fishing when we get up there. My cousin just hit me up and asked me if I'm coming. I got a good friend, Christina, that wants to volunteer to drive, so it's going to be a fun time. This is a new bait by Rapala that just came out. It's called the Rapala Ripstop. And it's very weird because it has a bill on the front. It also has a bill on the tail. This thing pretty much does a 180 in the water. I mean, I've seen this thing do some crazy action stuff. The best part about it is when it does jerk, it kind of goes side to side a little bit too. And it creates a lot of flash for the bass. The bass love to flash, and they will give you the splash. So, rattle trap. This is a go-to bait. Rattle trap is a go-to hard bait. I've caught everything from bass, crappie. That tilapia was caught on this exact lure, which is pretty big for a tilapia mouth. But that was a pretty big damn tilapia. Striped bass. You can probably catch snook on them. I don't think I've hooked up to a few snook on this. I haven't had many snook videos though. I'm gonna have to start making more of those. I've only caught a handful, and but that's a fun fish down here to catch. So, can fish see colors? They can. I don't know. I'm not a fish. No, I don't know, Mary. I'm not 100% sure. I think they can see colors though, but it's like I said, it's not like we see colors. It's probably more along the line of like a dog's vision, or I think more like a deer's vision. The deer can see color, but not. No, they can't see color. Deer can't see color. I don't know. I know they can see some colors. It's just it's kind of like bees seeing ultraviolet colors. They can see a certain spectrum of colors. I ate your iguana, Mary. We're actually gonna do an iguana catch and cook. If y'all want to see that, give me a thumbs up. Striper can see pink. That is for sure. Bubblegum is a go-to for Striper. I bet you I can throw one of these. Kyle will probably do it. Kyle, make a video for me, man. You're over in Striper fucking territory right now. Throw on a pink fish bite and see if you can catch a striper, because I guarantee you can catch one just jigging it like a soft plastic. That would be fun. That would be really fun. What's my favorite fish to eat? Cobia. Spadefish is actually probably my number one. And when I fish for spadefish, let's see if I have a rig in here. So much stuff in here. I think I got spadefish. Hold on. Sorry guys, let me bring this over here where I can actually see inside of it. I have so much stuff in here. We'll get into some saltwater hard baits here in a minute. We're going on an hour now, and I think we're actually doing pretty good. I got a few viewers, so that's cool. I'm glad y'all staying on here and riding it out with me. And I'll do these more often if y'all want. Just request them or tell me you guys want to see it. I don't know, but I will do them. I'm having fun doing this. I got them in here somewhere. I know I do. I've caught spadefish on that. That's a beaky rig, but that's not the rig I'm looking for. I'm looking for a specific size hook. I think it's in my other tackle bag. I'll show you guys that. I'll make a video about that when I get to Virginia, because I'm going to try to do some spade fishing while I'm there also. Mary said, don't eat my iguana. Yeah, I'll be making a trip here soon, bro. Oh, you're making a trip. That's cool. Cool. Make your way down here. Fish together, Kyle. That's the picture behind me, Mary. Water is life out here. Yeah, make me a banner, Mary. Make me a banner and send it to me. I'll post it up for the lives. I'd appreciate that. I don't have the spadefish hooks offhand. I know I have some in my other tackle bag. I don't feel like going to get it right now. But that spadefish is probably my number one fish to eat besides cobia and then flounder and then striper. That would be my top 4 fish. So, but I haven't tried snook yet. I hear snook is really, really good. I just haven't caught any keeper size. They're all under. I haven't caught none over or in slot size yet. So, we'll cover saltwater a different day. We're going on an hour now. I think that's been plenty long enough. We'll cover saltwater lures and stuff like that another day. Freshwater was good enough for one day. So maybe when we hit 150 subscribers, I'll go live again. I'll probably do another one before that, but. So any more questions before I get off here? I'll do flounder rig for you, Juan, next time. I know, actually, Alex, you know what? I'm going to do that right now because Alex has been bugging me, and I know he's still on here. He's been bugging me to do a flounder video, so I guess I should do that live right now. I'll be right back. Let me go get some shit, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We are back. Yeah, smash the shell like, matter of fact, go do that right now. Go smash the like button. I'm not going to talk for 2 minutes. I'm going to give you, no, I'm not going to do that. But go smash that like button. I only see 4 likes. What's up with that? I got 8 people watching and only 4 likes. Go smash the like button or I'm not going to speak no more. If I don't get 8 likes, we're going to end the video now. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. They're going up. They're going up. Let's get it. Let's get it. 2 more. 2 more. 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. All we need is 1 more. Go hit it. You know who you are. You know who you are who didn't like the video. And if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. I don't give a shit. Either way, it's gonna boost my views. So, okay, let's talk about this stuff. Stinks, so I'm not gonna open it. Gulp. Gulp, gulp, gulp. They put off their 9 likes. That's what's up. We're getting there. Appreciate that. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the love. The Gulp Swimming Mullet is probably the #1 go-to flounder baits in Virginia. I'm not sure about here in Florida. Here in Florida, they like to use live mullet, live greenies, and shrimp. But that's the baits you find around here. So up north, this is the crack. This right here is the crack. So yes, I have gone fishing in the fall. Fall flounder is pretty good time to go fishing. They're all fattened up, getting ready to go offshore. So fall is a good time to go fishing, though, for flounder also. So this right here is called a spec rig. I love to use this rig for flounder. The way you use this is once you catch a bait fish, you cut the belly out of it. The belly's normally white on like let's see, a spot, croaker. You can use threadfin shad, any cut bait, white long strips, probably 3 or 4 inch strips. 3 inch strips is long enough. And the way you rig them on there is you just hook them one time on the hook and let that trail off the back end here, maybe about that far off of it. Cast your line out and let it hit all the way down to the bottom. Depending on the current, these are the 1/8 ounce. No, these are 1/4 ounce, I think. 1/4 ounce or 1/8 ounce works. You can even go higher than that if depending on the water current. But this works great. It's got a small hook that will go right into the flounder's mouth. And again, when you set the hook on a flounder, you really want to set it in a manner to where you got to think about it. They're a flat fish. Their mouth is shaped the same, but they're laying flat. So instead of opening up like this, it opens up like this. So you kind of want to set the hook in the same manner of where you're jigging. Don't lift it up. Don't do all that crazy crap. Just boom, set the hook, and you'll be good to go. Another rig I like to use, you can use a single flats jig head. This is made by Strike King. It's a flats jig head, and they call it that because the way it's shaped, it's designed. I'll see if I can get it on camera to sit right for you guys. No, because there's no water here. It sits up in the water like this, so the hook is up. They also make a hook that is offset to the side. Instead of being up like this, imagine the hook being over to the side like that, and that's very, very good for flounder. The problem with the one that sits off to the side is you're more likely to get snagged on rocks and stuff. This one works really, really good though. A flats jig head. You can either use your Gulp on here, and I don't want to touch this stuff, but if you've ever used this before, you'll know how to use it with this jig head. You basically you want to slide the whole body on and make this come out the back of the body so the tail's back here, and the tail will flutter along, and you'll get good bites on that single jig head. Or you can do what I like to do, which is a tandem rig. I didn't want to waste the fluorocarbon, but I have to get more anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and tie that for you because I promised Alex I would do this. I know he's been asking, so. Small croaker, yeah. You can use a small live bait, and they call that dead sticking. You can get you a bait about that big, and you can set it up on a kale hook, which is a flounder hook, or a J hook, just like that. Use a nice bit of leader, maybe 1.5 to 2 feet of leader material. I would recommend 20 to 30 pound leader material. Fluorocarbon works the best. I always use fluorocarbon because fluorocarbon doesn't have that stretch. So when you set the hook, instead of stretching, it sets the hook right in there. Let's see here. Okay. Fluorocarbon. Take your length. Let's say I always pull about 1 arm length. I don't know if y'all can see that. Well, something like that. Let's say 2.5 feet, 3 feet maybe. These are the best jig heads to use because they're cheap. They work. If you're fishing for flounder, you're going to get snagged up every now and again. The tandem rig involves 2 jig heads. These are made by Eagle Fall. Gotcha jig heads are very good also, but these are cheap, inexpensive. They work just as well. So, hey, do your thing. Wifey's home. You gotta go do your thing, homie. I ain't mad at you. I appreciate you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Share it for me if you can, real quick. I'd appreciate it. All right, again, I guess I could show y'all. I'm gonna show it to you. Tie Palomar knot. I told you how to do that earlier in the video. Going through. I'm trying to watch the video. Back through. Just like so. Just long enough to where you can get that through there, right? Tie your granny knot once again. Simple knot. Grab everything through there. Go right through. Cinch that right on down. Nice and tight. I like to grab it from here. And you're going to tie your second one to the other side. But I like to get a measurement and see where, because I don't like to have it spaced too far apart. So I'm actually going to trim this down a little bit. 1 foot is enough from the top of the loop that you're going to make up here. I'll show you that loop. Actually, I'll tie it right now. You see, you got about 1 foot. Just tie a simple loop knot twice. I like a double knot. It's very, very simple to do. 2 granny knots back to back, double knot, pretty much. And that right there will give you something to tie your main line to. So you're going to tie your line coming from your rod up here. So from that loop down, you measure down, you got your other jig head at 1 foot, and then you measure down about, let's say that's about 10 inches. 10 to a foot from that. That's where your other jig head's going to go. So let's trim that down a little bit. You don't need all that. See, this is the problem. I waste a lot of fluorocarbon tying these rigs because I like to tie them how I like to fish them. So again, we'll do a different knot this time. Instead of doing a Palomar knot, I'll show you a fisherman's knot or a clinch knot or whatever it's called. You go in through it one time, just like so. Take that jig head, spin that around once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Then you take your tag, which is always your knot main line and your other end. Whenever I refer to a tag, I'm meaning your loose end. And that's going to go through that little bit of loop that you created right there by twisting it. Goes right in through there, and then now once you put that loop in there, you just created another loop up here. Goes back through that loop. I don't know if you can see that very well, but right there, push it right through that loop. Cinch it down, cinch it down. Just like so, and it creates a knot, a nice, beautiful knot. I don't know if y'all got a good visual on that or not, but that's a good knot too. Very strong knot. Yeah, maybe one day when I get big, I can do something like that, Christine. That'd be great. And that creates a tandem rig, which is just like your spec rig. It's the same thing, except for this, you have jig heads here where you can put on 2 gulp. So now that'll have basically 2 fish running in the school, running one behind another. You get more hookups with that. I get most of my hookups on that front one, which actually, if you fish it right, 1 jig head's on the bottom, dragging along the bottom of the sand, and the second jig head is actually floating above the water, so you're covering 2 different water columns, and you're more likely to get better bites that way. So now that we covered that, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live up. I really appreciate all of you guys signing on. Leave a comment in here if you want to see more live like this. Then I'll try to go live maybe once every couple of weeks or something like that. Or if I'm not, like today, I wanted to go out and film today, but my mom's boyfriend, he's still in the hospital, so we weren't able to really get out there and go fishing like I wanted to. And I really, it's not that I haven't been in the mood. I always want to fish. I just don't, feel comfortable. Right now, I'm not driving, so I don't feel comfortable asking her for a ride there and back and all that stuff while she has to deal with that. It's not right. Plus, it's my mom's birthday, so if you guys can tell my mom happy birthday for me, and she'd really appreciate that from all of you guys. So this has been a fun live. I appreciate everybody coming in, tuning in, and we'll do it again. Let's say in another week or so. Just let me know when you guys want me to go live, and comment on the videos. Let me know what you want to see, what type of rigs you want to see. If you're interested in a certain species of fish, if there's some knowledge I can drop on it, I'll let you guys know. So I really appreciate it, and catch y'all guys later.